Now, coming to you live from atop the Lavender Town Radio Tower, it's the one, the only, PUCL Podcast.
It's PUCL! PUCL! It's PUCL! PUCL! Pokemon Underground Champions League, oh yeah! PUCL! PUCL.
And welcome to the 518th episode of the PUCL Podcast. I am your returning host, Trainer Thatch, here today with my spectacular co-host. We've got the one and only Lord Seth Vilo of, where is it, Scotland? Ireland? England?
It is Scotland indeed. It is
Scotland. And we've also got the competitive master himself, P. McGee.
Hello, I am Lord of Nothing.
Lord of the, I don't know what to say. I was going to make a pun, and I lost it. It's late.
Yeah.
We're recording this at a different time than usual. Like, I definitely, like, noticed the difference. But first, before I go on that tangent, welcome to the PUCL Podcast. PUCL, of course, is stands for the Pokemon Underground Champions League, a nonsensical name we came up with in 2007, where we talk everything Pokemon from the video game to the trading card game to everything in between. Actually, there's some trading card game stuff to talk about today. I hope that's in the news.
I know.
It is in the news.
That's going to be interesting. I have like not takes on it, but I want to talk about it.
I'm so excited, but I'm the TCG nerd, so here I am, or at least in this group of three anyway.
Yeah. I'm like middling in TCG stuff,
Mhm.
where like I really like playing it, you know what I mean? But I'm not at the point where I'm ever going back to League or competing in it. Like, well, one, I'm not a big fan of like the local scene, and I just don't. It's so much energy to like go to the store and play, and that's if they've like reopened, and then I have to go compete, and then I have to gather the cards, and you see how many like great filters we're running into here.
Yeah,
There's a reason competitive people retire at like the age of 21. It's a hard lifestyle to keep up with after you get to that age.
You know, when other life things take up.
Yeah.
Like, I get that.
No. There's a reason why like most of the competitive like VGC players are just like college age kids.
Those are the only people with the timeline to do it, like the freedom to go around and waste all of those hours.
Right?
Yeah, but then there's maniacs like me.
No, I know you're gonna try for the circuit, right? Because
I'm gonna. Because I can, and I've already requested the 2 vacation days for Orlando and Salt Lake.
Oh, those two aren't bad.
Yeah, and they're kind of close to each other, so I'm glad that my work is letting me take those 2 Fridays off. Kind of not back to back, but almost back to back.
Yeah, that's not bad though. Like that's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm super excited. So
yeah,
I'll be there.
That's exciting.
Good luck.
Yeah, we'll root for you.
Thank you.
We'll root for you. If you come to the NAIC, let me know. We'll go to Dayton or Columbus to hang out.
Spaghetti Warehouse it is.
I've never been to Spaghetti Warehouse in Dayton.
It's good. I enjoy it.
I feel like there's better places to go in Dayton.
You are correct, but I still enjoy it.
I mean, do you want to go to like City Barbecue? Like that's a good place to eat.
I don't know. We'll figure it out if that time comes.
If that comes, yeah.
If I bomb the things and don't have enough points to even consider going forward, then meh. But we'll see.
I don't know. I feel like if you're semi-competent, you'll do okay.
I did okay enough to have fun on the one that I went to in Knoxville, but not okay enough to make it to day 2, so I was kind of bummed out. So, oh well.
Oh, I get. How big was the Knoxville tournament?
Either 400 or 700 people. I think it was 700 people.
Okay, so
wow.
So day 2 really. Oh man, McGee, like the regionals for TCG are much bigger than VGC.
Oh, I can believe it.
I think when I went in 2018, it was we had just under 200 VGC players, which was a bummer because at 200s when like they break into a top 16 instead of a top 8, and we had like 192 or something, and. So they announced like 102 VGC Masters players, and then they're just like, and then there's 1,100 Masters TCG players.
Yeah.
And it was just like, whoa, it's like an order of magnitude higher.
It's crazy. So much, yeah.
Yeah, the VGC is just so niche compared to TCG, and I think part of it's just the nature of the game.
Yeah.
Because you can VGC at home. but you can't TCG at home.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or not easily.
Yet.
And probably not for a long while.
Not till 2022 at least, single tier.
Yeah. And even then, I don't know if live's going to be a much better experience.
Yeah, we'll see.
To be honest.
I don't know.
But, I don't know. What have you been up to, McGee? One, I know you've done an Ask Me Anything. How'd that go?
Yes. That was exciting. Not with PUCL, obviously. I was doing it with a draft league server where I had recently won one of the divisions, so that was exciting. Which has kind of been what my thing has been lately. So the AMA was related to that server where I had won the league division. And because I won that league, they're attached to like the sports Pokemon League circuit. So I qualify for a play-in spot for that tournament next month. Mm-hmm. So that's something I have to get myself ready for. So that's kind of where exciting. My energy. Yeah. So it justifies the amount of time I spent playing draft league that I'm qualifying for some of the larger events. So that's where my focus has been the last several months. If you're on the Discord, you can probably pretty clearly tell where my energy has been because you see me in that channel all the time. But it's at least panning out pretty well right now. So I'm going to be focusing more on that in the coming weeks as I get ready for that play-in.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Yeah.
That's exciting. Yeah. I played TCG on my vacation. That was about it. And I was like...
It's a quality vacation.
Yeah, I was just doing it because like I had the time just to kind of like mess around. I also just like, I don't know, I like understanding what's relevant at the time.
Makes sense.
Yeah, especially now because it's like really Wild West.
Kind of, sort of.
I didn't realize how many things we were missing right now with rotation.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's a good chunk. It's a good chunk of things we're missing.
Mm-hmm. But the variety is really cool, honestly.
Oh yeah, no.
Things that are good.
What's my favorite part about rotation is that I haven't seen a single ADP, and I think that bothers people. There's nothing nothing uber centralizing.
Yep.
It's probably how competitive Pokemon would feel if they ever banned Lando T.
Nah.
But or you could just where like a bunch of other stuff would probably just start messing around. I want it to be unstable. I want to not know what's good.
Mm-hmm.
I want another Mega Auto-No moment.
I always love when, like, I don't have the relevant experience with the TCG, but like when Smogon, like when OU changes, like when we get to a new generation, that's always very fun when the meta is just rapidly shifting and no one has any idea what's good.
It's
just
the best.
The chaos of it all.
It's the best.
Oh yeah. First couple weeks of a meta being out are always the most exciting because you have no idea what's good. Nothing is centralized. No one strategy is going to win. So it's the Wild West. And so anytime that shows up with anything meta related, it's just the absolute best time to get into it.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, that's exactly right. If you really dig that whole mindset of like a brand new generation, what's good, what's not, it happens every year in the TCG and almost every 3 months in the TCG too with new sets. So,
oh wow.
They were kind of doing it. They were doing a really good job, I thought, in Pokemon, just like in the VGC level when they were like trickling in Pokemon with the DLC.
Yeah.
And then that obviously has been stopped for like the past year. But I'm kind of hoping that BDSP and Legends more specifically will probably go ahead and open that up. Like I want that to happen. They just haven't said it's going to happen. But
save us home, please.
Well, they're going to let us go. They're going to let us take everything to home, right?
Yeah, that's confirmed.
The question is, are we going to be able to pull like Weird Ear out and go to Swish?
Yeah,
that's
what we're all waiting to find out.
I think we can't. Okay. So because Thatch is like a Dexit like denier 2 years later. I want it to be fixed in Swish. There's a few things that point out to me that maybe something will happen. One being that there's no identifier marks currently in either, I think, in home or in Swish for BDSP or Legends Arceus.
Identifier marks meaning those little symbols?
Yeah, like the little symbols that tell you what game you caught the Pokemon in.
There is a mark from Arceus. It's the Arceus
is there?
ring. Yes.
Okay. Well, never mind then. But it's not in Swish. It might be in home, but it's not in Swish.
Yeah.
No. Oh, you're talking about the one we've seen it on. I know we've seen it on in the gameplay footage, but we haven't. It's not actually like present in the data for like home and Swish.
Oh yeah, well not yet, of course.
Yeah, but that requires the update, and that gives me hope that we'll see some kind of update with Sword and Shield because the models are already done, obviously at that point. So there's not really an excuse not to do it. And if you do the math on like the Pokemon that are missing and like the overlap so far, I did the math. It's actually like 63 Pokemon missing if you just like take all of the Gen 4 Pokemon and you lump them all in. And if you remove mythicals and starters from that 63, the number becomes like 34.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So there's only like 34 Pokemon that like realistically are going to be quote unquote difficult to catch. And honestly, they're not that exciting.
Breloom's one of them. How dare you?
No, Breloom makes it into that. It is outside of that 34. The 34 are Pokemon that aren't in BDSP or in Swish.
Oh, okay. Okay, now I understand you. Got it.
Yeah. These are things like Minior and Bruxish and Patrat and Trumbeak.
Oh, no, not them.
Yeah,
what are
not
we
them.
going to do?
To be fair, Minior is a cool one.
Fine.
But it's one of those things where, like, I would hope that Gen 8, by the end of Gen 8, you could, like, complete a national dex if you buy all the games.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I really hope that's the intent.
And so if they're just missing, like, 34 Pokemon somehow, that's going to be so frustrating.
Yeah.
I mean, we're also missing, like, Crabominable and stuff. But there have been high-resolution images that popped up recently of Pal Park, the Pal Park area.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
In, like, the greater, like, BDSP map that we've seen so far. And they've got little caves in it instead of, like, being able to use it for Pal Park nonsense.
Oh.
So I'm wondering if that might be a way to be like, hey, here's some extra Pokemon in BDSP.
I would freak out.
Well, we know for a fact there are things in BDSP that weren't in the original games, so that some of that list can be corrected.
Kind of, sort of. So in BDSP, I think, or in original Diamond and Pearl, up to like the 493 that there were, I think they're literally just missing like prior starters, Tropius, Tangela, and one other Pokemon that's just like really out there. Like you can catch pretty much all 493 in Diamond and Pearl.
Dang.
Yeah, it's actually really comprehensive. Which is a reason Thatch likes Gen 4, but it does a really good job of filling in the gaps. But I don't want to harp on that too much. And this has been a long intro because
this is a heck of it. Yeah.
And Thatch is being very wordy. So we're going to go ahead.
All of us are. It's great.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and let's go over to the news. So let's cue that epic music.
Live from the Lavender Town Radio Tower. This just in.
And welcome to the news. Well, in the news, I'll let McGee start because he wants the first thing.
I want the first thing because I understand the first thing, and when we get to the other two things, you'll understand why I don't understand them. So Nintendo has released its quarterly sales figures for Pokemon games on Switch. The Let's Go franchise is up to 13.83 million copies. I think last time we checked in, it was probably like 13.5 million. It's not really going anywhere.
If you remember at like the end of 2019, it was at 11.
Yep.
It was at 11 million.
Rip.
This is 2 years. So 2 years of sales have been 2.8 million.
It's pretty entertaining how quickly that flatlined and turned into nothing, but it's still creeping along.
It's very obvious like why it did.
Yes, absolutely. Sword and Shield all the way up to 22.64 million. So that's still chugging along. And then new Pokemon Snap, which does not count the sales numbers for Japan, I don't know why, is showing 2.19 million copies sold. So that's a pretty solid thing. I think, what was it? Mystery Dungeon was like in the 2 million range, which accounted for Japan sales. So this is probably 3 or 4 million.
That's not too bad for a spin-off, though. Like, 3 million copies is a good, like, for reference, if you're talking Let's Go Pikachu, which is at 13 million, I think that's number 8 on the top 10 Switch titles.
Yep.
And they typically stop reporting after the first year on the sales numbers if you're not in the top 10. Which is interesting. But it also, since Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee is actually at number 8, it's very likely that it's going to get knocked off that list within like the next few months.
Oh no.
Oh wow, I hadn't really thought about that.
It's going to get knocked off that list because BDSP is coming out.
Yep.
I don't know if BDSP breaks it. It'll be interesting to see how this goes.
I think BDSP will break Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. That's just calling it right now. I also think the sales trend will be much better.
Yeah.
I have no doubt about the sales trend. I'm just not confident in the final number. Like I'm confident Legends is going to get more. Like unless it's a really bad game.
I'm not confident that Legends will get more for a couple of reasons. One, I think people are very skeptical. It's one game, not 2 versions. Pokemon gets inflated because of the 2 versions.
Oh, I hadn't thought about that. Yeah, that is a factor.
The other thing is that, I mean, if you actually look at like Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee and you look at Sword and Shield's numbers, you could look at just being like, oh, people bought Sword and Shield and people only bought like Let's Go Pikachu or Let's Go Eevee.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Yeah. So I think BDSP will probably outsell Let's Go. Like, in all honesty, I don't know that Legends Arceus will. I'm interested to see the sales numbers, but the problem is it's coming out in like January.
Yeah.
Which is a really awkward time to drop anything.
It's an odd one. Which like I said, I think I talked about this in chat once. I'm curious to see what kind of data they have on the back end that suggests that's a good idea, because it's usually like the Christmas hangover.
Yeah. I honestly think they're just trying to push something out before Pokemon Day 22.
Maybe.
I think they are. Because like Gen 9 could happen, but I don't want it to.
I mean, timeline-wise, Gen 9 theoretically should happen next year.
Yes, and I don't like that.
No, I don't either. It feels like we could be rushed through a couple of games that could have really paced us through 2022. But the way these timelines are kind of syncing up right now, it definitely makes it feel like Pokemon Day 2022 is going to announce the Gen 9 title.
Yes.
So makes me concerned that they're pushing Legends out at a weird month just so that it doesn't come out after that announcement.
Yes. I think they're doing it. Yeah. Because of the announcement. I don't know. And part of me thinks BDSP was supposed to come out in 2020.
No, because that's when Crown Tundra came out. So no.
I don't know. If you were buying Crown Tundra, you would already bought it at that point, I think, because you had to buy Isle of Armor as well.
Maybe.
I believe the attachment rate for the DLC was already insane by that time. So like, meh. It really feels like Legends Arceus was intended to be the Christmas title. I mean, if you look at the timeline of like other products that get pushed back, as a D&D nerd, they push back a bunch of D&D books that were supposed to come out at the Christmas time frame.
Yeah, I mean, March just feels like a healthier month for this to have come out in, because like that's when we've seen a lot of big games show up in the March timeline.
That's when we're going to get our Breath of the Wild 2 news, okay? That's 100% what they're doing, by the way. They're going to be Breath of the Wild 2. It's going to be March 17th or whatever. I think Legends Arceus was just stuck in an odd place, and they were just like, January, yeah.
Yeah, but if it's one of those games, if it is good, word of mouth will pick up copies pretty quickly.
Oh, yeah. I want to watch those sales numbers. I've said before, I'm very interested.
They can be one of the quirkiest for a Pokemon game we've seen, because Pokemon usually hits it really hard right off the bat, and then it goes down a lot. Obviously, Sword and Shield has been a special case where it's really had an elongated sales cycle, but most Pokemon games hit really hard for a couple of months. And Legends of Arceus could be like a very different sales cycle where it starts off a little quieter then ramps up. So that'll be something to watch next year for sure.
Absolutely.
Fun fact about the Sword and Shield numbers too, if Joe Merrick is correct mathematically, it's only 500,000 off the entire combined gold and silver numbers.
That's what I thought. I was looking at that recently.
Sword and Shield will 100% overtake gold and silver.
Yep.
Which will make it the best selling of all time, right?
No, Red and Blue still happened.
Yeah, as I say, Red and Blue are uncatchable.
Yeah, Red and Blue are like 32 million copies or something. Stupid high.
That's like an uncatchable number, but it's cool to be second, especially 25 years later.
All right, so I'll move on then. The Pokemon Company International have confirmed the mobile soft launch and global beta for TCG Live. Previously set to be this year, it's postponed until 2022 to provide a better experience. Thank God. I'm wondering if they heard like a lot of community backlash because there's no training and it's not going to have all the sets ready at launch. It felt really rushed in that sense.
I don't know about the trading part. I feel like that's a design choice, but
yes, I think that not having cards ready part's a bad choice, honestly. Like not having expanded at launch feels really bad.
I thought it did have expanded, but not like anything prior to Black White.
It was going to have it. No, the cards were going to be ready, but it was going to be like up to like a certain set in Sun and Moon, I think. Then they were going to add in the set slowly and then add an expanded.
Got it. Okay. Well, no tournaments this cycle are expanded in North America or Europe at least. So at least that's a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, Standard's a good way to play, but I like expanded. I mean, they're killing Legacy, which is fun.
Oh, well, I'm glad they're taking their time.
Yeah, I'm glad they're taking their time too, which is uncharacteristic for this company so far. The whole TCG Live thing is also just confusing to me because I personally, in what they have shown so far, don't see what's better about TCG Live versus PTCGO, but maybe I'll be shown wrong. I mean, I do like the part where it looks like you can just buy cards straight.
Yes, there's a lot of improvements that I don't have readily in the front of my brain to tell you here, and this isn't really even the place or time to do it. Maybe when this comes closer.
We'll have to do a whole episode, Seth.
Yeah, exactly. Get Yumi and Basket on here.
Yeah. All right, well, we can move on then. We pooped on it enough.
Sure thing. It is more TCG news, which I'm tickled to be able to cover. The Pokemon Company have officially announced the next set, our February TCG set. It is going to be called... Is that... Yeah, sure, I'll go with it. It's Starbirth, I believe that's what it is, in Japan.
Didn't they renamed it, though, didn't they? It was like Brilliant something. They took one of the BDSP words.
Yeah, Brilliant Stars or something like that.
Brilliant Stars, I think, sounds very right.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Brilliant Stars in the US. But yeah, that's going to be our February set. I'm super excited, and it introduces a new mechanic that we saw was trademarked 1,000 years ago.
It's been nearly 3,000 years.
Exactly. It is the V-Star mechanic, which is a 2-prize Pokemon that you have an ability or attack that you can only use once per game.
They brought back GX attacks.
They basically brought back GX attacks, yes. Except sometimes they're GX abilities, like the Arceus that lets you search your deck for 2 cards. No questions asked. Or the Leafeon V-Star that is a boss's orders.
So this lets you dust off your GX tokens.
Actually, it introduces the V-Star token.
It's the same thing.
It is the same thing, but it's a whole new thing at the same time. So
I think in tournaments it lets you do like quirky things, like use a banana for that.
I don't think in tournament play.
Okay, if they allow you though, Seth, I will fund you to use a banana as your token. Like, I'll buy you a bunch of bananas because what it'll be is if the banana's on the table, you haven't used it yet.
And if it's just the peel.
If you've eaten the banana, you've used the attack.
My V-Star is slamming a banana into my mouth. That would be hilarious. Oh my god! It'd be better
if there's a V-Star Tropius. That would be great.
Oh my god, that would be good.
Yep.
Oh no. Oh,
yes.
But I'm super excited for this mechanic. The fact that it's on a 2-prizer and it can only be used once, and the attacks on all of them are only kind of meh. It's not going to take anything over, but they will be very good to sprinkle in. So,
yes,
very excited.
All right. So the next one is our video game battling news. We've got the news with that people care about. This is actually a fun event. The next online event has been announced. It is the Gym Challenge, single battle competition where players can only use Pokemon owned by the gym leaders in Sword and Shield. Registration is open until November 11th and runs the 12th through the 14th.
It's a quirky event. I like quirkier events.
I like that a lot. I think it's worthwhile. I like the fun ones where they have like cool limited pools. And they used to be able to do that very easily by being like, oh, you can only use Pokemon in these color categories. And we'd have like a great pool of that when we had pre-Dexit.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, now it's probably not too bad with like the 700 some that are in Sword and Shield. I just wish the participation prizes were better. It used to be like, oh, you want a shiny Tapu Lele? Come play.
That's what they should go back to. Because I was like, there's just no rewards they can give out that like...
There are, though.
Because BP was so farmable in this gym. Well, yeah. I mean, there are with like that. Because I was just thinking, oh, I can buy everything I want because I can just farm BP so easily in this game. But something like a shiny Pokemon, that would get people to turn out.
Shiny Galarian birds.
Ooh.
Yep. Done. There you go.
I like this.
I already did it for you.
It is. They aren't out yet.
They aren't. They're shiny lock, so this is the way to do it. All right, Pokemon Go stuff. McGee, you're up on this.
Yeah. Still a couple weeks away, but we've got the next Community Day coming on November 21st, and it's going to be Shinx, who has been a mon that shows up every now and again with a lot of promotion, and then it's impossible to find for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So... make sure you get your Shinx if you haven't already gotten your Luxray. I don't remember what the move is.
Also shiny Shinx.
Yes, also shiny.
Also shiny. Yeah. More Pokemon Go stuff for you, Seth. Fall on that sword.
Heck yeah. So Niantic's announced the next Pokemon Go event. It is the Festival of Lights, and it runs from November 5th, which happened, to November 14th at 20 o'clock.
8 p.m.
20 o'clock.
Universal time.
20 00. It introduces Dedenne into the games, and it comes in 2 parts, apparently. Part 1 will be friendship levels increase twice as fast, and gifts provide more rewards, and you can open 45 in a day if you have that many friends.
Ooh.
The Misunderstood Mischief special research continues, and various Pokemon, including the aforementioned Dedenne, will spawn more frequently in the wild. There's not a list that we have here of what those Pokemon are yet, but that part's happening now, as of this show coming out, so yay. And Part 2, which starts on November 9th, which is the day this show comes out.
That's true.
Team Go Rocket will appear more. You will be able to use the Charge TM to make a Shadow Pokemon forget frustration, and Go Rocket Grunts will appear more at Pokestops and Balloons. So some dark things are happening on November 9th to 14th. Ooh.
Absolutely.
Ooh.
Yeah. That's the news. I don't know what else to say. We did it. That's everything that's happening.
That's it.
Watch out, patrons, for Shiny Zacian Zamazenta. That should be happening this week.
Woo.
Now that I'm back, I wanted to be able to announce it on the podcast myself. And then if you're not a patron, I keep saying Dada Zarude and Shiny Celebi. That's going to happen as well. So definitely keep your eyes out for those things. Also get hyped. We've already planned Advent calendar out. It's actually really nice. So on that note, we're going to go ahead and we're going to kick it on over to PUCL's Poke Quiz, where we're going to quiz your co-hosts on their insane Pokemon knowledge.
Oh hi, and welcome to the Poke Quiz, the part of the show where we quiz our co-hosts on their insane Pokemon knowledge. I'm Mark, here to explain the rules. Our fabulous co-hosts will work as a team to answer 5 Pokemon-themed trivia questions that fans have submitted on the Discord server. Each question is worth 1 point, with Pokedex and multiple answer questions worth more, for a total of 7 points. The host can use a free hint at any time. If they get all the answers correct and do not use the hint, they can cash it in for an 8th point.
And welcome to PUCL's Poke Quiz, the part of the show where we quiz your co-hosts. Thank you for that introduction. We are going to go ahead then and jump right into the first question. Our first question is going to come to you from Sly. What generation is the only one to not introduce a fish-shaped Pokemon?
Okay, not 1.
Not Gen 1. Not 2 got Remoraid.
Not 3.
3 has Feebas.
Yep. 4 got
4
Finneon.
has... 5 has
Basculin.
6.
does
7 has
7 have?
Bruxish.
8.
8 has... Alright, between 8 and 6. We're most of the way there. Alright.
Okay.
Swimming. Oh yeah, no, we got the Barraskewda, so it's gotta be 6.
Yep.
Generation
Yep,
6 is correct. You guys did it, so you're good. You're good. You got everything.
Yeah.
Yay. That's 1 point.
Woo.
Our next question is going to come to you from Bam.
Bam.
And he wants to know what happens when you donate 1 million watts to the master in the dojo at the Isle of Armor.
I don't know.
World peace.
Gives you a thumbs up?
1 million watts total.
1 million watts total? What?
I couldn't even begin to guess. This is all you, Seth.
It's all those, all the watts things are like, we put a soda machine that gives you proteins in the dojo. We do this, and we put a Pokemon Center in the dojo. That's all that kind of stuff. What is 1 million?
What's left? I mean, you unlock things.
Yeah.
Outfit?
Maybe some weird outfit? I don't feel
I
like
think
that's
you start
1 million.
out with the outfit.
Yeah, you start off with the regular up, but maybe there was some other weird one.
It's a pretty sweet reward.
Is it a rare candy? If it's a rare candy. If it's just a rare... If it's a lot of rare candies.
I don't know if that was a good hint or not, but...
I don't know.
Who runs
You're going to
the
kick
dojo?
yourself and be like, I understood your hint after you get the answer. So.
Probably. They give you a shiny bounce sweet.
Who's the guy that runs the dojo? What's his name?
Mustard.
Like, do you get to
And
like... I
Honey.
guess you would.
Wait. No, it's Honey's card. It's Honey's souvenir card. It's Honey's card. You know what I mean, right?
Like what? You get to like battle her for her card or something?
Yeah, no, you just get her league card or whatever.
I believe you. I know nothing about it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it. That's how you get Honey's league card.
Is that your final answer?
That it's going to be that or a rare candy, and I feel like this is a lot better. So let's do that.
I'm going to give it to you on a technicality.
Okay.
Because you got like 75% of the way there. You get to battle against Honey at 1 million watts. There's one more reward after that at 3,280,000 watts, which is where you get the rare league card. So I'm going to give it to you. Just because it's a very difficult
I did say battle.
thought.
Yeah. It was
McGee almost got you there. So
assist.
I'm going to give you the point though. So
Cool.
You're 2 for 2. Our next question is going to be your Pokedex entry question, as always. And this one's going to come to you from... I don't know who I want. It's going to come from the Purple Knight. Its Moon Dex entry reads, it sheds and regrows its scales on a continuous basis. The scales become harder and sharper each time they're regrown. Who's that Pokemon?
What in the... And that was from Shield, you said?
Moon.
Oh, Moon. I'm sorry. Scales, sheds, hard and sharper. Sharper? Why would...
I don't know. Guard? Jump? No, I couldn't be right.
No, those are usually about it running faster,
Trotagon?
flying.
I'm
Was
trying
that
to
in...
think.
Was that in...
I have no idea. I'm terrible with the national decks.
Continuously sheds its skin. Oh, goodness.
Is it a snake? Do we have any, like, scaly snakes?
Scales getting harder and sharper throws me off. Like, Seviper comes to mind because that one scythe on its tail, but I don't think those are its dex
Como-o?
entries. Wait.
I don't know if the Como line would have any sharpness. I don't know what the dex entries are normally about.
You said this is Moon?
Moon.
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't that... Yeah, that's Gen 7. That's where Como-o originates.
Yeah.
Harder and sharper with each time. And it sheds its scales. I know it talks about its scales a lot in there. I mean, that's what a lot of its signature moves do, basically.
Yeah.
That
That's all I got.
makes sense, I guess. I'd be comfortable with saying Como-o.
Cool.
Como-o is almost correct, so you get the points because it's the same
Is it
line.
Hakamo?
It's Hakamo-o. Yeah, it's Hakamo-o. I mean, I'm not going to make you guys differentiate between Hakamo-o and Como-o.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
That is going to be 2 points for that question. The second entry was from
Killing
Ultra.
on technicalities.
The Ultra Sun entry reads, it makes noise by clinging its scales together. When the rhythm has reached its peak, this Pokemon attacks.
Yep, that would have gotten it. I still would have said Como-o, but yeah.
You still would have said Como-o, because who remembers their other
What's the
Pokemon in that
difference?
line? What's a Como-o and a Hakamo-o? A Hakamo-o is literally just like a smaller Como-o. That's all it is.
just
It's a hard
short
one to
one.
say.
A beta.
Jangmo is the fun one to say.
Jangmo-o is a little bit different because like it's at least like quadruped.
Jangmo Fett.
Yes.
But that's four for 3. Your next question is going to be worth up to 2 points. And this one is going to be from Jeremy, and I hope you guys knock this out of the park. We're going to find out if this is the case.
Pressure.
You're going to have to get, there are 4 answers. I'm going to need all 4 for 2 points. If you only get 2 of them, you'll get 1 point. This question is going to be from Jeremy, and he wants to know which 4 non-grass type Pokemon get Grassy Glide.
Celesteela. I'm
Uh,
pretty sure gets it. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong on that one. I could be wrong on
You
that
will
one.
have to lock them in, and I will give you 2 strikes.
2 strikes?
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, third one, you're out. You do have to lock them in, though.
We can wait on Celesteela. I could be wrong on him. Grassy Glide. Oh, man.
Because Celesteela with a priority move doesn't, and it float, and it. I don't know about that.
That's fine.
They're weird. They're weird.
God, I know these two. I've read them. I've seen them. They're like in my head.
That's the only reason I gave you the question.
I know.
I know.
We're gonna knock this one out of the park, he says.
I thought you guys would. I thought you would, honestly.
I mean, if its name isn't Rillaboom, like I don't know if it learns Grassy Glide that well.
or what's the other one? The anchor dude, Delmise. That's
Yeah.
that's a
Delmise
fun
I know
one.
it does too.
But
Because
he's
I feel like
he's a
it's-
grass type, though.
I
Not
know.
grass types.
I feel like it's some weird fighting type, like.
Well, I feel like there's like a
Surfetched
flying
or
type
something.
too.
I will need you
Ooh,
to lock
Surfetch
in
card.
answers.
We probably have to use a hint on this one, to be
I
honest.
feel like it's going to be Surfetched for it gets weird amounts of priority moves, like first impression, for instance.
Are you locking that in?
We can try it for the strike, and then if we don't get it right, we probably should use that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Sir Fetched is correct.
Okay,
that is one.
Oh, wow.
There are 3 more.
Ooh.
I guess technically 5 because like one of them is part of an evolutionary line, but
noted. Okay,
like, it's
a
full
3-stager.
line. No, it's a 2-stager.
No, it's a 2-stager. I can't even count right.
Like, there's two of them that like both learn it like in the full stage.
I feel like
counting
there's
that
a
as one
flying
Pokemon.
type. Yeah.
Flying type.
I feel like there's got to be a flying type that like glides. I mean, like straight up like glides over the grass kind of thing.
Yeah. Or is there anything that loses its grass typing when it evolves? No, I don't think so.
I was thinking about that.
Not many things lose typing upon evolving.
Things like to eat grass.
Yeah. Could it be like it's like a sap sipper type?
Wait. Can sheep.
Double.
Yeah, does that get it? Maybe.
I mean, I actually believe that's very feasible. I'm willing to take the stab on that one, and then I think we're going to have to use a hint for the other 2, regardless.
Yeah, I feel like it does. Shamu has one in PTU, and I feel like he's mentioned that. So
I'm willing to put it. I'm good with it.
Yeah, let's try it.
Double is correct. Also, Wooloo gets counted in that as well.
Yeah. Sheep.
Okay.
Wooloo. Yeah, but that is 2. There are 2 more Pokemon. I will give you the free hint that neither of them are Gen 8.
Okay.
I think we're going to have to use a hint.
Let's use our strike at least once. Okay, non-Gen 8, Grassy Glide.
Wait, Mew?
Technically, yes.
Are you locking that in?
Yeah.
Mew is correct. That's. There's one
Thank
more.
you.
There's one more.
Duh. Man, I feel stupid.
This one likes to peruse meadows.
Peruse meadows.
It was in VGC for a hot minute. Like it was not more than a hot minute.
Emolga. No. Pachirisu.
God, no. That's not even in the game.
I know.
All right, what are we missing here?
In VGC for a hot minute. That's some interesting.
More than that,
choice.
Probably. No, I mean that's just me speaking.
I know.
Don't look into the word phrasing.
It's not Incineroar, is what I'm saying. Because that's more than a hot minute.
Incineroar gets Grassy Glide. Could you imagine the nonsense that would be? Oh
We
god.
would never use it.
This one you could definitely mistake for a grass type, and probably should have grass typing, but it doesn't.
Is this? No, Florges isn't in the game. No, that's not correct.
All right.
Flowers, though.
Could it be
Flowers.
Comfey?
That's it.
Does Comfey have gliding ability?
Yeah, I think
I can
that's
bet
it.
on a Comfey. We'll take a stab at Comfey.
Comfey is correct. That is all 4 of them. You got 'em all. With no help whatsoever.
None at all. No hint.
I got
cashed
to view
in.
on my own.
You didn't cash in the hint. I don't accept your hint. All right. Your last question is your base stat question as always. And this one we're going to go with, well, I'll let you guys choose. Do you want to do speed or special defense?
Probably speed.
Speed.
That's very important.
Okay, so special defense is the one we're going with.
I figured. Yep.
Only because it's also very timely. The question is like, the phrasing. That's what. Let me read the question, and you're going to find out why that's very wrong.
Okay.
What Gen 4 Pokemon has the highest special defense?
What?
Gen 4.
What?
Okay,
Gen
so
4.
So Uxie is going to be like a 130, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, I
Something
think it's
in that
130.
range.
Bastiodon is up there. I don't remember if it's 130. Probopass is up there.
Probopass is like 140 or 150. It's high.
Yeah, Probopass especially. Its special defense is really weird. Its defense is... I think its defense is lower than its special defense, but I could be wrong.
I'm pretty sure you're right on that. I feel like Probopass is the initial high pick, because Bastiodon's definitely more on the physical side, but its special defense is also very good.
I think they're even, actually. I think they're 131 each.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
I like Probopass initially. I don't think any legendaries are going to skirt past that I can think of at the moment.
Not Dialga. Giratina's gimmick is its HP, not its defenses, really. They're like 100.
They're good, though.
Arceus
like
is 120.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think if there's any like really skewed pieces we're missing here.
Yeah, I feel like if it is, it would be one of the weird Gen 4 evolutions, something like, the Tang growths and things like that. I'm trying to think if there's one in there. Gallade has 115. That's not high enough to count.
is 105.
Yeah.
I'm going to need an answer.
I'm fine with Probopass because I got nothing better.
I'm good with that too. I feel like it's either that or Bastiodon, and I'm more comfortable with Probopass. So yeah,
Probopass is correct.
Yeah,
it has base 150 special defense. Bastiodon is number 2 at 138, followed up by Dusknoir at 135.
Oh, that guy.
People forget that Dusclops can evolve.
Yeah.
Why bother?
Well, it needs to be able to evolve because of the Eviolite, which makes it good.
That's true. That's fair.
Which is what makes it good. Dusknoir is a necessary evil for Dusclops to be good.
This is true.
But Dusknoir had its moment in the sun in Gen 4 before Eviolite.
Yeah, it really did. It was okay.
It was doing okay. It was okay in Gen 4. So that gives you guys a perfect score of 8 today.
Yeah.
You guys go ahead. Seth, you are now in first place on the trivia board with 20 points. Followed up in second place by Sublime with 19 points. In third place we have in third place we have Sigma with 13 points. Tied for fourth we have Whimsicott and Mark with 10. McGee, you're in sixth place now with your 8 points. Lydian is in seventh with 7 points, and Claus and Jushiro are tied with 5, and everybody else is yet to get on the board.
Take that, Lydian. Sit down.
So next time, if you want to listen to more, just tune into the podcast next week, and we'll have more Poke Quiz. On that note, we are gonna kick it on over to the topic. Hey, would you like a green Tauros badge? Well, you can have one. If you come over to our Patreon at patreon.com/PuCL we are going to be giving them out once we hit $850. We're going to be giving those to every patron at the $10 plus tier because we love you guys. We'd love to see this project made. Of course, if we hit any other thresholds on the way there, such as $800 for the week-long giveaways to the community, that would also happen as well. So if you'd be interested in getting a green Tauros badge, feel free. Come on over. If you can't support the show, don't worry about it. You just listening is enough for us. So until then, though, guys, I'm Thatch, and I'll catch you guys on the flip-flop. And welcome to the topic. Our topic today is Hisuian forms that we'd like to see. And I think there's plenty here to talk about. I'm going to let Seth start, though, because I know Seth has been, really looking.
Oh, no.
Have you? Or no?
No.
Oh, well then never mind. I have an idea, and we're gonna have a good old time. I think Tauros deserves one, and not for any reason that relates to anything lore wise.
Okay.
If you look at every Generation 1 Pokemon, they have had some additional form added to them, whether it be a Gigantamax form, a Mega, or an evolution later on in another generation, with the exception of, I believe, Mew, Mewtwo, legendary birds, or if you look at non-legends.
I mean, the birds got...
Yeah, never mind. Yeah, the birds did. Yeah, Mew and Mewtwo. The other one's Ditto.
Not Mewtwo.
Tauros and Ditto and Mew are the standalone Pokemons with no evolutions.
Exactly.
I mean, there are Pokemon in Generation 1 that have evolutionary lines, like Fearow, like Electrode, like Dugong.
Yeah, Tauros is the only one without anything, though.
Yeah, it's the only regular Pokemon.
Outside of Ditto, but Ditto doesn't count.
In his defense, he does have a girlfriend in the form of Miltank, so there's that.
Not the same. Not the same. I would love to see Hisuian Tauros, like they're like trying to wrangle cattle.
That would be cool.
It's the start of Wagyu beef, the Tauros. Yep. I think that would be fantastic. I think you could definitely pull it off. I don't know what type it would be. Like, it's a Tauros.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe make it in normal ground. I feel like Tauros has always been a Pokemon I associate with ground, and I think it's just because every time I think Tauros, I think of Ash's Tauros in the anime, and the few times we saw it, and one of the big moments it had was it used fissure, and that's all I remember about Ash's Tauros.
And there's 100 of them.
There are 100 of them.
30.
100. 100.
30. No, there's just 30.
With a little bit of rounding, it's 100.
I mean, its BST is still low enough it could evolve, technically.
do you remember seeing the episode of the anime where like Ash makes it back to Palatown and then like randomly Professor Oak's just like, and your 30 Tauros are here too, and we're all just like, what? Because we
When did he get
the
those?
episode.
Oh yeah, the banned episode. Yeah.
Yeah, it just like happened, and we all thought we missed an episode, which we did, but not to our fault.
Yeah.
I remember being amazed by that and being like, 30 Tauros, huh? Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, even if you look at some other Pokemon that got evolutions, though, McGee, like, they kind of, like, nerfed the things beforehand, kind of like Mr. Mime, Galarian Mr. Mime.
God, I don't know. They nerfed him so hard.
Well, because they wanted Mr. Rhyme to be cool, which was an unnecessary thing to exist. Like, if you want to talk about Pokemon that didn't need to exist, it's Mr. Rhyme.
It's because they messed up Jinx so badly in the anime and all that. They wanted to complete their little trio they started a long time ago with like Magby, Smoochum, and Elekid. And so they're like, we have Mime Jr. We'll just make this a nice psychic and we'll pretend this is what we were trying to do with Jinx. And we'll fix it 20 years later. That's what they did.
Kind of, yeah. I did not like it. Yeah, I mean, Taurus would be cool. Or what about you guys? Do you think of anything that'd be interesting?
I want to see a Dugong evolution. That's what I've been wanting to see for the longest time. Dugong is a bad Pokemon. Nothing about Dugong is salvageable. All its stats are bad. It just needs to evolve. I've been wanting to see like an electric ice, like a fun, but which kind of got messed up now that we have Arctozolt. But I thought that would have been a fun like Narwhal type look.
A good electric ice?
Wow. Rotom's feelings are hurt.
A regular electric ice, like one that's just like functionally good.
Okay, Rotom Frost is my favorite Rotom, Seth. Okay. I am also disappointed at his lackluster performance.
I mean, if it was freeze dry instead of blizzard.
People like the levitating flying type Rotom more than they like the fridge, okay?
Well, of course, people like memes, Thatch. Of course they like that one.
They like that one better than the fridge. And you know what? There's memes that he had with the fridge. You could name it after the fridge from the Chicago Bears, the 1985 Chicago Bears who won the Super Bowl.
Yes. What was I thinking?
There's plenty of memes there. There's a Super Bowl shuffle. They were the inventors of the meme, okay?
Oh, yes, the Super Bowl shuffle, something that I and our listening demographic know very well.
My dad has it on VHS. It's a very surreal thing.
Just to give some context as to the era, we're remembering this as a VHS tape.
Yes.
Rip.
He has it on VHS. It's great.
Oh, I was watching something recently. Oh yeah, I started Cowboy Bebop, and I was watching through that, and there was an episode where they're dealing with like a
Betamax?
Betamax, and then like it were describing how that's different than a VHS, and I was like, wow, I didn't even know this Betamax thing existed. And then they're treating this VHS like it's an old thing now, which it was for the show's era that it's set in, but it was weird thinking about VHS because I don't think about that anymore.
Well, what other Pokemon would you like to see other than Dugong? What's Seth? It's your turn. You have to do it. You have to pick something.
I've come up with 3 thoughts, so I'll start with one of them. No, I want Breloom back in his perfect and unadulterated form. Thank you very much. But, okay, so one thing I'm curious about as far as when is this set? A couple hundred years back, 1,000 years back? Overall, it doesn't. Exactly, and it kind of doesn't matter too much.
It's the future, actually. Okay,
post-apocalyptic.
That's like my one like fringe like I'm wearing my tinfoil hat. Is that it's the future?
They lied when they said it's the past.
Okay, hear me out. They say it's the past, but it's not actually the past. It's the universe that is invented because Cyrus was successful in Diamond and Pearl.
The future is the past, thanks to
science. And he recreated the universe, and this is the one he recreated, and Arceus is mad about it.
This seems really weird, but okay. I'll let you adjust your tinfoil and keep thinking this. I'm okay with it. I've heard
I let you
things.
I let you talk about Armored Evolution, so
that's
I
true.
Get this one.
Yeah. Anyway, where I was going with that. With Pokemon, it's kind of weird too because of how they evolve so quickly to their environment. They're kind of volatile creatures to begin with, not equivalent to things on Earth. So I'm curious if we'll see any kind of Hisuian forms that later originate in Gen 4. Something like I don't know, what's a Gen 4 evolution? Weavile. Something like a Weavile that had one form in what is Hisui that then adapted later on to become the Pokemon we know as Weavile.
This is the thing this is like the thing that I get really caught up on too about this whole situation with Hisui. Is like I really wish they would treat then like the Pokemon in Diamond and Pearl as like the actual regionals. Like more so. And I don't think they're really grabbing onto that. I think they're just like, hey, what be some cool, like, ancient Japanese Pokemon to make? And that's what they're kind of doing right now.
Yeah.
Just, like, that's kind of what they're doing. Like, let's be honest.
Is what you're saying kind of that Tangrowth is just a Hisuian evolution of Tangela? Is that kind of what you're getting at?
No, well, not Hisuian. It'd be like a Sinnoh
evolution of
evolution. Yeah, I don't know how Scyther works out, only because there are. I still think that there's probably going to be a Hisuian Scyther, only because we haven't seen Scyther in the trailers or anything. I would love to see not Hisuian Scyther and just be like, hey, here's like another item that Scyther can use to evolve,
some
right?
kind of like rocky item.
Yeah, just some rocky item. So it's easier to like, okay, so like my biggest problem with regionals and what they're doing right now is that everything's getting so convoluted.
Yes. The evolutionary lines are so messy over one item.
Yeah, they're getting super, well, yeah, this is their solution to the Eviolite problem, which is horrible. And I think Scyther you can get away without the Eviolite problem since it already has an evolution and we're just doing something different.
Its base stats won't change anyway.
Yeah, well, they probably won't. Cleavor's space stats will probably be the same as both Scissors and Scythers.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I would love for Cleavor's to be exactly Scissors, actually. 500,
the same across all three evolution lines.
Number.
Exactly Scissors.
We have every reason to expect it's going to be 500.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
It could be the exact same spread as Scizor.
I'm hoping it gets to come to Swish, because I think that would be really exciting and a great way to just like tie in Gen 8 all together. Is to like let them come to VGC. And I think it's enough to shake up VGC, because Seth, we've talked about it before. I think maybe on Battlecast, where we were talking about how even the Pokemon that are missing now from Sword and Shield, like they really wouldn't have a big impact on competitive, with like the exception of Gliscor or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a small number of them that have any sort of huge impact.
Yeah, so we're not really missing anything at this point in terms of competitive. But if you're adding new stuff like Weirdeer and Gliscor, or not Gliscor,
Basculegion, Cleavor, etc.
Yeah, if you're adding new things, like that could definitely be enough to shake it up, especially if just one of them.
Hisuian Zoroark.
Yeah, Hisuian Zoroark. That one's actually really cool. I'm excited for that.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that bothers me is like how many Hisuian Pokemon are just Gen 5 Pokemon, which is literally not what's in Sinnoh.
That does get me to what I was going to say next, though.
Yeah.
If I can go two in a row.
Yeah,
if that's
you can
okay.
go two in a row. That's fine.
One thing, and this is going into Japan's history a little bit, there are multiple Pokemon that have heavy tie-in to the sun, but there is only one Pokemon, to my knowledge, that its dex entry states that it replaced the sun in time of great need. I would love to see a Hisuian Volcarona.
Ooh.
Man, more Gen 5.
Yeah. Fight me.
What kind of typing would that be, though? Like, how could they change Volcarona's typing?
With some of the Japanese flags, there are big sun beams coming out of it, too. With that, you could, I don't know, argue Fire Psychic?
Or just like Psychic Bug or something?
Or Psychic Bug, yeah. But, yeah, I think it would be cool. Have the same kind of thing, acts as a sun, maybe take away the fire typing, but give it some kind of funky ability that makes it, or something, since abilities aren't
Flash
in
fire.
This.
Well, yeah, I mean, so you would theoretically hope that when you get added to like Sword and Shield, or even to Home, they get the ability, right?
But they'd want some kind of flavor for the actual Legends game, so yeah. Some mechanic that makes it sun-like, but that would be super cool, because I just want more Volcarona stuff, because I love Volcarona, but that's just me.
Volcarona's a cool mon. I could see more of that.
I want something to happen to Macargo.
Oh my god, there's nothing you can do to Macargo to make it good. It has to evolve, in my opinion.
No, that's fine. Make it evolve. I don't care.
If you like Macargo.
It'd be really cool to see like steel type Macargo line or something like that.
Yeah.
I hate that they're in so many regional decks.
They do nothing.
And they're not good.
Just something to catch.
They're not good.
I mean, its special attack is 90. I can Shell Smash, right? I can at least do that.
I think so.
Maybe. So, like, my memories of Macargo are very bad. What happens with that line is it's in Pokemon XD at Gale of Darkness. Like, when you start the game, they essentially give you, like, one Pokemon of each starter type to, like, grab at the beginning. Macargo is the fire type, and it's so bad.
Well, because, like, you get that. What is it, like, Mantine or something?
Mm-hmm.
I remember this.
The other things are definitely better. Macargo is not the answer.
They even boosted its stats by 20 from Gen 6 to 7.
Yeah, it is not good.
60 HP stat. There's no redeemable qualities about it. It's got an awful typing.
But you give it a decent typing and like you give it gyro ball, right? Like obviously just give it gyro ball.
Yeah.
You give it stab gyro ball and like let it play around and do stuff. I think that would be a lot of fun. You can make it fire steel type, or you could just make it steel something else.
Give
if you
it
wanted.
desolate land.
Steel rock.
I've liked Macargo since Gen 2 because he was like kind of hard to find in Gen 2, and you just kind of want him to be good, and there's just been no redeemable qualities about him for 25 years.
No, I want him to be good. His design is like kind of cool. I'm not against the design.
Yeah.
No, I like the design.
Living magma. Kind of neat.
I just want him to be good one day. That's all. Just be good one day, please.
Simple request.
I don't ask for much. Just make him good one day, please. Be really cool. So, McGee, do you have another one?
Yeah, I did. Lost it.
It's Breloom, right?
What was I?
No.
I mean, I think Breloom's perfect. I don't think you need to do anything to Breloom. Breloom is a great Pokemon.
Have we seen Piloswine yet in the trailers?
I don't know.
They've
like
done a lot with the ice
interesting.
types, though. Like, we've seen a lot of ice in these trailers.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like that's like their favorite. Like they have like they have like a flow chart for making regional Pokemon, and it's always like, oh, this normal type Route 1 Pokemon, is this a dark type? And that's what happens. And then they're just like, okay, we want to make these fire types really cool and different. Ice type. Yeah, that's what we do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The opposite.
Yeah, that's the opposite. And then they're just like, and you know what? There aren't a lot of ice types in general. So Sandshrew, get over here.
Yeah. We have apparently seen at least a couple members of the Piloswine line. So
Okay. Never mind then.
They're not changing. All right, I found my Pokemon. I want to see something more out of Chimecho.
Chime Echo.
Chimecho, man. Whew. Can't get my words right. It's late.
Chimecho.
It's not even late. It's 6:20 for me.
Is this one of those moments where you realize you've been pronouncing it Poketech this whole time, but it's actually Poketch?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my. I'm normally not bad with the pronunciation. I think I've just spent too many time hovering around people that can't pronounce things right.
That would do it. Yep. That's definitely didn't happen to me.
Which is like sad I got Chimecho wrong because it's one of the easiest names to read off and understand what it's trying to do. Like it's not, you understand what the play on words is with Chimecho.
Yeah.
Chimecho is a cool Pokemon with an awful stat line and a bland typing. And I would love to see them do something with Chimecho.
True.
With like maybe a more rugged look for like the chimes where like it could be some kind of like wooden chimes. So like some kind of like psychic grass typing or psychic fairy or something like that.
You know what's surprising? Have any of the Gen 4 Pokemon actually been confirmed to be regionals?
No.
Like
that's
any
what I was
of
kind of
them?
getting at. Not that I know of.
Like, isn't that weird? They should fix that.
Kind of, but then, I mean, it gets back into this is now what Sinnoh is.
Have we seen a Bibarel yet? I know we've seen Bidoof, but not Bibarel.
I mean,
I don't think
we've
we have.
seen it in
no.
BDSP, but yeah, we've not seen it in.
I would love to see Bibarel. Hisuian Bibarel, and he's okay.
Maybe.
They're going to give us a Hisuian Gastrodon, and it's just going to be a new color with no other changes.
Yes,
Stop it.
100%. Well, they could just do a different color to begin with. It's just a form change. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. New color. It's the original color, the one that they were going to put into Gen 3.
Gen 3?
The Gen 3. What a callback would that be? That would be a cool callback.
You know, they should save Luminion. That's a mon that needs some saving as well.
That's true, too.
It's just a fish with no special properties.
There's also something going on with Wurmple, because, like, in the Legends Arceus, there's, like, a weird thing on the back that's not there with other Wurmple. We have seen Beautifly, and I think we have seen Dustox as well in the footage so far.
Have we?
It can just go to a third route because that's the fascinating thing about Wurmple.
Yeah, you just give him a third one.
I don't know that the Pokemon would be any good, but it'd be cool.
Give me the one that's on Clara's headpiece.
That's what we would want, but I don't think that's happening because we've seen Dustox.
I don't know if we have. I know we've seen the Wurmple, of course, but it's weird.
Somebody's told me we've seen Dustox.
I believe it, but I just haven't seen it myself. So,
yeah, somebody told me. That person could be wrong.
Yeah, who knows?
It's also possible that there's just two different forms of Wurmple. One that does the normal route to those things, and then the one that has that weird marking that maybe goes a new way, but it's still a Wurmple. That's the one you have to find for the quest, is the one with the horn. Yeah, the Hisuian Wurmple, the little dot. That's true. I don't know. I mean, people have noticed it, and I'm sure it was intentional. Like, they don't usually make design changes like that and expect you not to notice, so I'm sure there's something to it.
My question, and this is nothing to do with our topic, is I wonder, since we're having, like, this is just like somewhat tangential, is because we get like Hisuian Zoroark, we're getting Hisuian Braviary and probably just regular Rufflet and whatnot. Yeah, these Pokemon that are Gen 5 Pokemon. I'm wondering, do we just get like a Gen 5 Pokemon that's like not Hisuian? Like, I'm kind of curious. Is there a way we could see like gens after Gen 4 have Pokemon just present in this region? Like, I think it'd be really interesting to see something like Minior. Like, there could be a Minior event.
Have we not really seen anything?
Outside of forms, no.
Oh.
Outside of forms, we haven't seen anything.
Somehow I didn't realize this. Fascinating.
I mean, I think I'm genuinely curious because, to be fair, like, what we got most of the Pokemon from was just, like, these early release videos anyway. And then, like, the initial release video where they're just like, here's Hisuian Growlithe. That's definitely not evolving into Arcanine. Like, I feel like we can all say that.
Oh, wait, we've seen some, technically. I mean, technically we've seen Rowlet.
These aren't the ones I'm arguing about, because...
I know, I get your point. I'm getting into semantics.
Yeah, I mean, those are going to be there. I'm wondering if they're going to push it even further, though, and, like, make something like I said, like Minior, or another... Yeah. Or maybe like Yungoos is from here, and this is the region that they actually brought Yungoos to Alola for, to like kill the invasive species.
Oh, yeah. I would like to get some of that, and then Yungoos turned into some bland thing that we see.
Well,
now,
we probably still like regular Yungoos and Gumshoes, but then they could be like, that's how you get him now. That's how you get him in Gen 8. Yep. You get I mean, that's how you would make Pokemon like that exciting that are normally boring. Because if you look at the ones that are missing, like we're talking about missing Patrat and Gumshoes, like they're not generally exciting. So it would be interesting. Like I don't think you get something like Trumbeak in this game. Like that would be very out of place. But
yeah,
unless there was like a Hisuian Trumbeak or something, which I don't even know how that would work.
Japan is known for their toucans.
I also feel like there's this part of them that is very apprehensive of going to like Pokemon that are too recent to make Hisuian forms out of. And same with Galarian forms.
I think Gen 6 is the latest we'd see a form for right now.
Maybe a form. I'm just asking if like anything regular would show up, like a Bergmite or something, you know, like Bergmite Avalugg just show up. They're there. They're just there. Like, and they migrated away. Because I mean, there needs to be an explanation for that, and like even just like Rufflet and Braviary being there.
Oh, absolutely.
Hear me out. Hisuian starters.
Okay, I don't want to do this.
Like, we know they're imported. We know that according to the little lore dump that the website had, the professor brought them with him to explore this region. Watch them as they go on our journey, adapt with us to Hisui, and boom.
Okay, so that's one of the things that people have been speculating about, and I absolutely hate it.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be fun. I like it.
I hate it.
Maybe Decidueye will be fast. Ah!
The only reason I hate it is because, well, there are two reasons I hate it. One, I don't think you should touch the starters and like make these guys like semi-special by being like Hisuian Triflosion. But honestly, like if we're going to import them into VGC, I'm sure these are the ones that are good. I also think that the evolutions are already perfect for like the theming of feudal Japan. Like you have Decidueye, who's the archer. You have Samurott, who's the samurai. And then you've got Typhlosion, who's literally called the volcano Pokemon.
Yeah, fair. I know. And I don't like it either, but I think it'd be fun. It's a chance for Typhlosion to be not Charizard.
I know. I feel like the time is coming they might try that. Like, I feel like we've been kind of getting near that point for a while where these untouchable Pokemon might be touched.
I think the way to do it is Megas, but that's just like pounding on a dead drum.
That's old.
I don't know. Like, if you listen to the interviews, I mean, Thatch reads a lot of interviews about Pokemon for no reason. If you listen to the interviews from back in Gen 6, then why they came up with Mega Evolution, and it's because Junichi Masato goes, well, Charizard, and I like Charizard being Charizard. He's like, I wanted to make Charizard cool and do stuff, but I would be really sad if he wasn't Charizard. He's like, so I came up with Mega, so he's just temporarily not Charizard, then he goes back to being Charizard, and he gets to like become Super Charizard.
Super Charizard.
That's a really good explanation. That's why Megas work. I think if you start touching these guys, like, and giving them forms, like, you kind of muddy it a little bit.
I mean, yeah, because I mean, Ash Greninja like is kind of its own special thing, but it's also still only like a temporary form. Like we haven't left that realm yet.
Like the argument I hear for the Hisuian starters in the community has been, oh well, we haven't seen like the final evolutions in the gameplay or anything. My counter argument to that is, yeah, but they're not really like the show, right? Like,
and of course you won't. You have the only one.
Yeah, you're not waiting with bated breath to be like, is Typhlosion in this game?
No.
So like nobody really cares about that. they know that. They want to highlight other things. And on top of that, like, they don't want to show like too far into the game to begin with, because I feel like that'll spoil a lot of things.
I mean, they've shown some like fully evolved battles.
They have, but it's like minor stuff.
Exactly.
The shock factor with these Pokemon that are your starters is that they're like gathered from different generations, I think. That's supposed to be the shock factor. It's not supposed to be, oh, they evolve in a special way or something. It's supposed to be, hey, look, we grabbed Pokemon from other generations and we shoved them all together.
I mean, my expectation is nothing will happen. I come into the game with no expectation anything's going to change, but I'm also acknowledging that it's entirely feasible it could.
Oh, I think it's possible. I think it's possible. I like, if I were to put odds on it though, I'd say it's 75% like they just don't get touched.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't think there's a reason to do it other than like there's going to be that half of the Pokemon community that's just like, yeah, we got something.
Yeah.
But I think the starters are fine the way they are. Like, I think they're really cool.
I don't know. I don't like Samurott, but that's my own personal thing.
Yeah, I think they should.
Design.
I think they did a very good job of doing that, because this is exactly what I've literally been asking Pokemon to do forever, which is just take something that you already existing have and add like a couple Pokemon. Just a couple. You don't need to do a whole gen. Yeah. Just a couple Pokemon, sprinkle them in, and they did exactly that. So, I mean, bravo to you guys.
Which is ambitious of them, because their whole model for 25 years, especially when we talk about like how they market and make most of their money, because most of their money is not made in selling Pokemon games. It's in the merchandising. And so that comes from like launching and the ramping up for a new generation. So to do all these sprinkling like they've been doing for Gen 8 is just it's very exciting to see. I
think they have such an existing catalog anyway at this point that they could be like, you know what? The Rowlet toys are selling pretty slow and they sold pretty well once. We could do this again.
We'll do it again. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and then they just put Rowlet in a new game, and then, you know, people buy Rowlet stuff again.
Yeah.
And same with Oshawott and Cyndaquil. They're just like, these sales numbers are low. We know we can make them higher. Like, I almost guarantee you that's what's happening. I mean, I'm going to buy an Oshawott and a Cyndaquil plush now because of this game. I have the Rowlet one already, but like, I will, and that way I can have them on the shelf. Because I think it's really cool that they just like gathered the oldies. And brought it together. I just think using their existing properties is just like a really good way forward. And it's a good way to extend things, because I can't imagine every 3 years them being like, 80 more Pokemon forever. Right. Because next gen's going to hit 1,000 or at least close to it.
It should hit 1,000 with the new ones that are in Hisui.
We're going to be just over 900 probably, or maybe we'll be at like 920 or something, but
yeah,
depending on how many we get. No, probably not even, because like I think new Pokemon wise, we've gotten 3 revealed like so far.
Yeah, I don't think we'd see more than 10 total.
I don't think we're gonna see more than 10 new full Pokemon. So we're gonna be like under 910. So we need like 900 or 90 some Pokemon in Gen 9. Yeah. I think they should just do this again and like.
I mean, that's the exact amount Gen 8 was, because we got to from 810 and we might finish at like 910.
Yeah.
So that's like 100 Pokemon. So yeah. I guess Gen 9's feasible.
Yeah, I think Gen 9 is pretty close to do it. You get 90 Pokemon.
Yeah, breach 1,000. What up?
I think number 1,000 has to be something cool. Like number 900 here is like what, weirdier?
Yeah, I mean, I could see them stopping at 8 or 999 and making a big thing about the 1,000th Pokemon.
Yeah. Oh, they 100% will. That is a mythical. Like number 1,000 is a mythical.
100%. So I think the next Dex is going to stop right at 890 or 999.
Or hear me out, they pull nonsense and they make 1,000 Pokemon and they make a big deal about the hidden 1,001th Pokemon, just like Mew.
Oh
my gosh.
Yeah. I'm just tossing it out there. Very possible.
Fair.
Very possible. But yeah, I think this is a good place to stop because we're now talking about Gen 9.
That's not coming till 2024 anyway.
2025, hopefully. We'll see. All right. On that note, we're going to kick it on over to our Pokemon of the episode. We will catch you guys on the flip-flop.
Poke of the episode.
And welcome to the Pokemon of the episode. The Pokemon of the episode this week is National Dex number 777. Togedemaru, the roly-poly Pokemon, closely related to Golisopod, I guess.
Yay, isopods, apparently.
He's an isopod. Can't you tell?
Can't you tell he's a roly-poly, a crustacean? Look at him.
All right, give us a Pokedex entry.
Absolutely. It's Pokemon Shield Pokedex entry reads, when it is in trouble, it curls up into a ball, makes its fur spikes Fur spikes stand on end and then discharges electricity indiscriminately.
That is a Togedemaru.
You know, like a roly-poly.
Like roly-polies do. Okay, guys? It's fine.
That's why it's called the roly-poly Pokemon.
Roly-poly Pokemon have a history of doing this. Togedemaru's stats are kind of poop, but he's got a base 96 speed, which is actually like a decent speed tier. And it's like almost like Urshifu's speed tier, where like Urshifu is tuned.
Yeah.
Because Urshifu's at 97, and Togedemaru's at 96. So you've got a base HP, though, of 65, which is obviously awful. You've got an attack stat of 98, which is okay. You could that's functional. Defense of 63, special attack of 40, and special defense of 73. But the reason you use Togedemaru, if you ever use him, is because he gets Zing Zap, which has like a crazy high flinch chance. Like, what is it? Is it like 30%? Yeah.
Yeah, it's the normal 30%.
It's the normal 30% boosted flinch chance, which is just nice for him. Like, good for you, Togedemaru. And he gets Spiky Shield, so like that also works.
Yeah. Spiky Shield, Fake Out. I mean, it's got some good niche moves that are very helpful, like good ability, fun typing. So it's got like it has the Pika clone stat line more or less, but it's got some good gimmick to work with.
I feel like it was made in response to the Pachizuru at Worlds in 2014. Where they're just like, oh, they made Pachizuru work. And let's make a Pokemon that can definitely work a little bit. And I feel like anytime they try to make a Pokemon that definitely works a little bit, like that's all it does.
It's like happy accidents. It's fun when someone finds a Pokemon as like a happy accident that they make work. That's what was the cool story behind Pachirisu.
Yeah, Togedemaru feels a little forced.
Exactly. But it's functional on this team, which is what matters.
Yeah,
Can
absolutely.
we stop making Pikachu clones, please?
We have the team that actually made it through the Players Cup 4 and the Players Cup 4 and oh my gosh, what was the thing they just did randomly one day? I forget already.
I don't know.
But it got third place. It's Togedemaru with a Focus Sash, Lightning Rod, because that's why you use Togedemaru to take the Lightning Rods away from your Water-type Pokemon, which are on this team. And you can 252 attack, 252 speed, because you're not even going to Zing Zap here. You're just going to Iron Head. You're going to Iron Head for the 20% flinch chance instead of the full 30. But that way you can hit ground types.
And no immunity. Isn't it 30? Isn't it Iron Head 30?
I thought is Iron Head 30? I thought maybe. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. I thought Iron Head was 20.
No, Iron Head's 30.
Yeah, okay. Why am I thinking 20? Iron Head is 30. You are correct. Volt Switch, though, so you can get some probably fast switching. Fake Out for the thing, and then because this is VGC, Spiky Shield, so it's your Protect.
Fake Out for the thing.
Well, Fake Out for the flinch, you just come out and go, boop, we wasted a turn, hey. And I assume this is going to partner pretty well with the Urshifu Rapid Strike. That's a water type on this team. With Choice Scarf, Unseen Fist is the ability because it doesn't have another ability. 252 attack, 252 speed, just like Togedemaru. They're best friends. They're essentially the same Pokemon at this point. Adamant nature on the Urshifu because it's Choice Scarf. And it's got its signature Surging Strikes, Close Combat, Ice Punch, because you need Ice Punch. You have Aqua Jet as well for a little bit of priority. That's just there. I mean, I assume they pair well. I mean, it probably also pairs really well with like the big mon on this team since this is series 10 still or 11. It doesn't really matter at this point. So I'll let somebody pick that.
Sure,
and
I'll
go
grab
for
it.
Okay, it's all yours.
So speaking of the big boy, here comes the boy. It's Kyogre with a weakness policy. The ability is Drizzle, of course. Level 50 EVs are as follows. 252 HP, 212 defense, 12 special attack, 4 special defense, 28 speed. Modest nature. So, big, beefy boy. I don't know if those numbers are supposed to hit something specific with the weakness policy, but here we are.
Mm-hmm.
The IVs in attack are 2. I don't know if that's just because of how it is. They are irrelevant either way. I think there may be some foul play number or some dumb thing. Anyway, moves are Water Spout, Thunder, Ice Beam, and Protect.
Oh, it's a Kyogre.
Yeah, it's a Kyogre. Big boy. I'm surprised there's no other backup water move with how slow it is, but whatever.
I mean, you Dynamax, and who cares?
Yeah. You can Dynamax now in Series 11, so.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Well, this was Players Cup 4. I think Players Cup 4 was still during Series 10, but you might not even be trying to hit with Water Spout, you might just be trying to hit with Thunder sometimes. The next mon will probably help your issues if your Kyogre gets hit, so.
Honestly,
actually, yeah.
So next mon is Comfey, the thing that learns Grassy Glide, but it doesn't have it here. It's holding a Citrus Berry. Ability is Triage, that gives you +3 priority when you use a healing move. That's notable, because I think that's faster than Fake Out, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
No, is it?
Fake Out's +2.
Fake Out's +3 because it goes faster than
it goes
first
through the
impression or
extreme speed.
Oh, does it? I thought it was +2.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's big +3. I don't know if Triage is +3 or +4. I forget the priority.
Look
Let's
it up
find out.
while I'm reading.
Triage, go.
The rest of it it's of course level 50 like everything. EVs are as follows: 252 HP, 100 defense, and 156 special defense with a calm nature. I believe that should hit some kind of weird jump point at level 50, but I don't know.
It is +3.
+3.
Okay.
What Fake Out is? And Triage is 4?
No. Triage is both are 3. McGee
Both
was
are
right.
3. Okay.
Okay.
So it'll probably go after whatever Fake Out user is happening, unless it's Incineroar, because that's probably slower. But yeah, this is a calm nature one. Its moves are as follows: Giga Drain, Helping Hand, Floral Healing, and Ally Switch. Can someone remind me what Floral Healing does?
It's a healing move. So
Is
it
it
gives
just straight up
50%
a
health
healing?
back. Yeah, or 75%, or maybe it's 66% if the grassy terrain is out,
Yep.
which
Isn't that interesting?
is relevant.
Man, if only there was a Pokemon that could do that.
Yeah. Yeah, there's your healer for Kyogre. You just fire off stupid water spouts with that.
I
and
feel
heal it
like you
back
keep
up.
Kyogre in the back and you like lead Rillaboom something else.
What's
yeah,
a Rillaboom?
I can see that. Speaking of,
Yeah.
we have a Rillaboom on this team. Funny how that works out.
Right.
It is holding a Rose Instance, which is the exact same thing as a Miracle Seed, just different name. Maybe for some embargo or some other item
Probably
shenanigans,
embargo
who knows?
or flavor.
Embargo?
Flavor.
Yeah.
You can.
Why not?
This team has flavor. Okay.
Doesn't matter.
252 HP, 212 attack, 28 defense, 4 special defense, 12 speed. Grassy Glide, Fake Out, Taunt, Protect. The 12 speed probably just helps for one-on-ones against Rillabooms that don't invest in speed, so you can get the Fake Out first. But really just clicking Grassy Glide spam. That's kind of what Rillaboom's doing. And then the final piece on this team is the Landorus Therian with a Life Orb, Intimidate, 4 HP, 252 attack, 252 speed, Jolly Nature, Earthquake, Earth Power, Fly, and Protect. Are we sure this isn't the Dynamax one?
That looks like a Dynamax target.
It might be Dynamax now.
Yeah, because I'm trying to see why else a Landorus would be running. Because I can see the Earth Power tech in case you can't Dynamax and you need to hit a decent ground damage and you have grassy terrain out and you're trying to navigate all that.
That isn't spread, I guess.
Fly is okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. Fly's okay on its own sometimes.
Sometimes.
I've definitely finished games with the Fly, so.
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely.
That's
Yep.
the team.
That's the team. It's actually really interesting. We'll see if with the shiny Zacians we can manage a Togedemaru or a Samazantas, whichever one's first, with Togedemaru this week for the patrons. So keep an eye out of that on Patreon. Patreon.com/PUCL Podcast. Yeah, that's the team. The team will be up as well for you guys to try out if you want to play around with it. So keep a lookout for that. I guess until then, we are going to kick it on over to the mailbag.
It's mail time! Send in your emails! Mail!
And welcome to the mailbag. The mailbag is a part of the show where you can send the email into us at puclpodcast@gmail.com. Where we'll read the email on the show. We appreciate everybody that sends them in. This week we've got 2. But as always, we've got the Green Tauros badge that we'll give out to anybody. Brought to you by the energy drink Green Tauros, the energy drink that gives you hooves.
Bull feet. Hoofs.
Hooves.
Hoofuses.
Yeah. You get that fancy green roll for the next 2 months until we turn it off and we reset for 2022. So keep a lookout for that. But we do have 2. Our first one is going to come from Amanda.
Alrighty, and I've got that one. Hello again, PUCL crew. I've been on the fence about getting BDSP. I was one that was not into the chibi style when they announced it, but I gotta say I really like the quality of life enhancements and the features they've shown.
The chibi style's really grown on me.
It has. It really. It's kind of like it's a callback to the original way, but also new. I like it.
It's done really well, and I think they couldn't really do like the Sword and Shield style with it anyway. So this is I'm okay with it.
Yeah. Keeping on going, though. I played both Diamond and Platinum when they were originally released, and the biggest slog was the HMs. I'm so glad they came up with a good way to circumvent them, because I don't think I would be willing to spend $60 on a remake if they had not. I love the Pokemon following coming back, the upgrade to the contests looks interesting, and I'm excited for the Grand Underground.
Oh, they just got a new trailer out today, too, in Japan.
Did they?
On the US. Yeah. And it looks like, I mean, I don't think it had new information. It was just like, here, you can buy this one day type trailer. But they actually showed, I think that it looks like, maybe I'm wrong, it looks like you might be able to play contests with friends. And I am more excited about that than I should be.
I'm really excited about that. The contests in Gen 4 were real fun.
Seth and I are going to be competitive contest specialists.
Heck yeah, Battlecast that month is going to be a lot different.
That's got to be a tournament. If that's possible, that's got to be a tournament. We have to have a Pokemon contest tournament.
Where was I? There it is. The only other thing I could think to add would be the aforementioned Mega Evolution. I'll keep my fingers crossed, but Nintendo isn't the biggest fan of going backwards as they see it. Also, I know it's a week late, but I have something to share. My family always does this first Halloween as a pumpkin. And now I have a little one, and I took some creative liberty. She got to be the cutest pumpkaboo on the block. Oh, he got. And he's an orange pumpkaboo, but that's because I didn't want to make him a pink pumpkin, just in case I wasn't able to make his hat work. But please enjoy. She sent us 2 pictures in this audio podcast. Sorry, folks, you can't see him, but they did a really good job. He looks really good in the pumpkaboo outfit.
That baby does look like a pumpkaboo.
It's adorable.
Yes, it is adorable. Enjoy us thinking it's adorable.
You can hear us squee. By our emotion coming through to your ears, you know it's a good photo.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you for that one, Amanda. We really appreciate it. This next email, and probably our last one for today because we don't have any more. We're recording this like a day early, but I don't know if that would have mattered. This one's from Oatmeal. Oatmeal. That's a good name. Nice. Dear PUCL Onions, I'd like to start off my email by saying I've listened to literally every single episode of this podcast. I'm sorry.
Huh?
All 517, I assume. Well, you know what? He probably hasn't, because if he's not a patron, he doesn't have access to 6.5. Episode 6.5, the hidden gem. The hidden gem that it is. I've got a lot of time to spare since I'm only 14. Now to address the mailbag prompt, I'd like to say that what needs to be added to BDSP is that they have more fire types.
Preach it, my friend. Yes.
I was so happy when they showed the underground and it was just like, here's a Houndoom. And I'm like, that's good.
An entire fire area.
Yeah. And I'm like, that's good. We needed that. I don't want Rapidash.
No.
Is money more? I have only played Platinum, and I would like more variety for my fire type since it's one of my favorite members of my team. I mean, Platinum had more variety in fire types than Diamond and Pearl. I think the only thing Platinum added actually to its decks, pre-national decks, was Magmar and Houndoom. Actually, I think that's all it added. I don't think it added any other fire types, which is still upsetting. But at least Magmar and Houndoom are cooler than Rapidash. Shots fired. Pew pew. Another thing they could add to BDSP is more plot. What? Playing through the game was one of my favorite parts, is the detail of the plot, and I hope they have something like the extra stuff at the end of Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Okay. Oh, yeah, that makes sense, yeah. But with Giratina in the Distortion World, and you get to catch a mythical at the end. They could also add something to the Guardians of the Lakes plot. I would love... I still want a Darkrai episode. Like, give us the proper Darkrai episode so that it, makes... And then you can kill the roaming Cresselia at the same time. You have us go catch both of them, and then we don't have roaming Cresselia. That's all I want. Not roaming Cresselia.
Omega episode Giratina sounds like a fun time.
Oh, no, that could be fun, too. Maybe make them all related somehow. Make them all related.
Shaman, too.
I'm all for demythicalizing Pokemon at this point. Like, it's cool when they were mythicals, like when they first happened. And maybe you can do the same thing. You can keep Manaphy and Jirachi the way they are.
Mm-hmm.
Do we really need 3 mythicals every gen? I think Zarude showed that we didn't.
Yeah.
I mean, they're obviously going to demythicalize Arceus with Legends Arceus.
Maybe you just see him and never capture him.
Man, wouldn't that be the biggest yoink?
Wouldn't.
The game's called Legends Arceus, and they're just yeah, you can't catch him. He's just here. That would be literally the biggest yoink.
But do not pet.
This game that's literally all, like, the game is about catching Pokemon. Like, that is literally what the gimmick is in Legends Arceus, is like, you're catching a bunch of Pokemon.
The reason the Azure Flute event didn't happen is because, oh shoot, that's right, they already captured Arceus.
Oh, it already happened. Oh my gosh. It happens in the future, Seth. I'm telling you. This is the world that Cyrus created.
Stop.
After he was successful at the
Your
end.
Your tinfoil hat's scraping the microphone, Thatch. Stop it.
This is his universe, and he decided that Stantler needed an evolution, which was a good change that Cyrus made. Which is a good change. And he was just like, rock, paper, scissors. And he made Cleavor.
Paper axes.
And Cyrus saw all that he had made, and he said to himself, it is good. And that, I feel like that went pretty good. Okay. Yeah, I really do hope they add something in post game, and it looks like there are going to be some changes, especially with like some of the high res maps they've come out with, especially that of Pal Park. They haven't talked about Pal Park at all, and Pal Park's that one thing that you can't recreate as Pal Park unless they're just like, hey, you can connect your 3DS to the Switch, and you can transfer your Pokemon from Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Could you imagine? I still want to know how BDSP plans on handling the Pokemon that were there from the Game Boy cartridge slot.
Grand Underground.
Oh.
Ta-da.
Oh, that's true, but that feels like such a cop-out.
That's what they're gonna do.
I know, and don't hurt me, though. Like, you've
already
me.
seen Houndour in there. Wasn't that one of them?
No, that was Platinum. That was just a Platinum entry.
Well, okay, that I got it confused.
The Pokemon from the slots are way different. Let me get it real quick.
Gligar's one of them. I know that.
Gligar
Tangela is one of them, I think.
Tangela is not, actually.
Okay.
Tangela is not available whatsoever in Diamond and Pearl.
Oh.
Isn't that nuts? They were just like, yeah, we're going to get this Pokemon in evolution and forget to put it in the game.
Oopsie doodle.
Oopsies. Oopsies. Our bad, family.
No one wanted to play with him, did they?
Yeah, nobody wanted to use the new Pokemon, right?
I'm so silly.
All right, so the Pokemon that they added into the slots were Seedot and Nuzleaf. If you have Ruby in the slot, is Seedot, Nuzleaf, Mawile, Zangoose, and Solrock in various different locations. And then if you have Sapphire in the slot, you've got Lotad, Lombre, Sableye, Seviper, and Lunatone. Emerald in the slot, you get Pineco, Gligar, Shuckle, Teddiursa, Ursaring. Fire Red in the slot, you can get Caterpie, Metapod, Ekans, Arbok, Growlithe, Elekid. Leaf Green in the slot, you can get Weedle, Kakuna, Sandshrew, Sandslash, Vulpix, Magby, but Magby not anywhere useful, actually. Magby at Stark Mountain and Route 227. Not at the Fuego Ironworks. No, that would make sense. And then any game you could find a Gengar in the mansion in Eterna Forest. Mm-hmm. So I think it was like a really small chance, but it was like, I think it was like 1% if you did to get Gengar there. It's like absolutely nutsos. So let me finish this mailbag real quick. Now I have a question for you, Thatch. Will you ever bring back PUCLCon? Short answer, no. Long answer, no.
No, just with more O's on it.
I don't want to do that. I can't run an event again, guys.
Yeah.
I just can't. Thatch is old. He can't do
Come with me
anymore.
to Salt Lake City. I'll just be there playing. I won't say hi because I'll be busy playing. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you can watch him play. You can clap for Seth.
Yes, you can clap for him. He won't. And he won't even say hi to you, though, because he's going to be like, I'm a star. I'll
speak to you in Elvish.
I love listening to those episodes and hearing everyone come together. We still all come together. Like, like we do hang out. We all know each other. Maybe we need to start doing more like family game nights, PUCL family game nights. And then people can watch us on stream. Those are fun in Discord. Yeah, we've had a good time doing it. We can just stream it on Twitch. Have a good time.
Yeah.
I know you'll have to wait until after coronavirus, but I hope it can eventually come back in the future. Not in any way that you think it will.
Sorry.
Yeah. If it happens, it'll be like Thatch, P. McGee, and Seth meet up at an Airbnb.
Become my entourage.
We meet up at an Airbnb and we decide, like, hey, let's play some Pokemon together on stream.
If you all become my Team Yell, I will go in a Marnie wig.
I think it would be cool. So like they don't do it anymore, or maybe they do and I just don't hear about it anymore. But there used to be these speed gamers that would for charity every year try to catch every single Pokemon within like 24 like 72 hours or something.
I remember them.
And then they would do it for charity. And then they would like raffle off a cartridge with like all the Pokemon in it. I guess we couldn't do that now because the way save files work, even if all the Pokemon were in Sword and Shield.
Yeah.
But it would be cool to do for like charity or something. You know, we all just like play the games and like we all take shifts and other people play. It'd be interesting. It'd be a fun thing to do as a group though, and like get to like play in that like gamer boy house type mentality. This is my first email, and I hope it's understandable. Your devoted listener, Oatmeal. It was very understandable.
Yeah.
Oatmeal? I love that.
Oatmeal with an N.
Oatmeal.
Oatmeal.
I like oatmeal, though.
Oatmeal
is pretty cool, though.
I'm all for the names without the wit now, after we have like people in the Discord like Marmalade, who are just Marmalade. All right, so on that note, I guess Green Taurus badge. I saw you guys told me you already voted for both, so...
I like both. One of them
fine.
got like a billion side conversations, which is what we like, and the other one sent pictures of a kid dressed as a Pokemon.
That's also true. So yeah, you can get the Green Taurus badge if you come to the Discord and you tell us that you're this people.
Yeah.
We do very little background checks. It's fine. So on that note, that's everything for this one. If you want to email us next week, let us know what Hisuian Pokemon you would like to see. PuclPodcast@gmail.com. And if more things, if you want to hang out with us throughout the week, pucldiscord.com. You can just come hang out, chat, talk about anything. And you could also go ahead and follow us over on social media at Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Tumblr. I think those are the ones we're using now. And then, of course, you could always watch us over at YouTube, youtube.com/PuclPodcast. I think I've got something in the works that will probably take in effect in December-ish time, which will go, it's going to be like involving patrons and stuff. It'll be a good time. And then, of course, you can also check us out over at Twitch at twitch.tv/PuclPodcast, where I try to stream twice a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays. You can come and hang out and just chat, and we have a good time. Best way to find us, though, and like know what we're doing is to come to Discord. But Twitter is also probably our most active social media in that regard. You can, of course, always support the show by going over to Patreon at patreon.com/PuclPodcast, where we do giveaways and we get things. We're still working on that Green Taurus patch pin. We're very close, actually. We're nearing in. We're nearing in. $8.50 a month, we get there. So we're closing in, guys. Everybody at the $10 tier and above will get it. So on that note, though, I guess I have been Trainer Thatch.
I have been Seth Vilo.
And I have been P. McGee.
And here in the Lavender Town Radio Tower, it's closing time.
It's closing time in Lavender Town. Time to say our goodbyes. It's closing time. Farewell, my friends. I'll catch you on the flip side.